The Truth Girls. The Truth Girls.
Hey, this is Anita. Anita hit. Sitting in for Sonia while she's off having another nervous breakdown. Well, I like to come here and just talk about my struggle with sobriety, but there's other things going on in the world. I mean, sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but there are, So, I told Sonia I'd cover some news for her today. Yeah, I hope you don't mind. So this is actually really important, really big news. You remember Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, single-handedly responsible for waking up, half of humanity. Well, I guess, the powers that be and the shadowy overlords and the Illuminati really didn't like what he was doing. Because, he was putting all their stuff out there on the internet. So it was like, well, game's up, So, well, back about, 7 years ago, they decided enough is enough. And they were going to arrest him. Well, he got charged with rape. But he said it wasn't real. It was just a scam. And then actually this was like in Holland or something, and the Dutch said, oh, it wasn't really rape. It's what we call sex by surprise, which means that if you're in bed with the person that you've been, doing the deed with, and they happen to be sleeping, and you start doing the deed with them before they're awake, and they wake up and surprise, they're having sex with you, you're having sex with them, that's sex by surprise in Holland. I don't know. People have different rules in different countries. So Julian was like, well, this is bullshit. This woman was sent in, obviously, by the Illuminati to set me up. I didn't surprise anyone, Well, that's what he said, but the government was like, no, we're going to nail you. We're going to put you in jail. We're going to get Interpol on your ass. And a whole bunch of stuff like that. You're going to go to jail, And he said, no thanks. Because I think he knew that if he went in jail, he wouldn't be coming out. If you know what I mean. So Julian Assange, obviously a really smart guy. I mean, he invented WikiLeaks, So he's a smart dude. So instead of going to jail, he went to the Ecuadorian embassy in London or something, because this is the only place he could go. It's like the whole world turned against him. They were like, no, we're not taking Julian Assange here. We don't want anything to do with this. We don't want to mess with the shadowy overlords or the Illuminati. We just want to stay out of it. So this is the only place he could go, was the Ecuadorian embassy. I don't know why, but that's how it turned out. So he was in there for 7 years. And everybody's just like, oh, I don't know what happened to this guy, we're just holed up in the embassy, we don't know what's going on. Well, just recently, he came out of the embassy, and after 7 years, he was like, fine, just arrest me. Because this whole time he was locked up in this little embassy. He probably had no cable, I mean, I don't know what he was doing in there, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty boring. And the food was bad, and it pretty much sucked. I think, it was pretty much like worse than jail. I'm not sure if maybe he regretted his decision. I would think maybe. I think he was between a rock and a hard place, if you know what I mean. So he's in this Ecuadorian embassy, holed up all this time. And finally he got really sick, and he just had to come out. So he was just, fine, arrest me. So they arrested him, and they put him in a jail, but they put him in like a hospital in a jail. And apparently he was in really bad shape. I'm going to leave you some links, because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty much a burnout, and I don't remember, half the story, so I'll give you the gist of it, but the rest of it's going to be in the links, and I figured that should be good enough. At least I tried. A for effort, So anyway, he came out, and apparently like his lawyer or some important person said, he's really messed up, he can't even talk, he can't even have an interview. And the screwed up part was he was so sick and he was so screwed up, and they were having a court trial and he couldn't even be there. And if he was there, he would be all sick and not able to talk. So it was like they wouldn't postpone his trial. They made sure to do it when he couldn't really have a say. So, it's like he messed with the Illuminati at one point. Well, kind of on an ongoing basis. But he started this WikiLeaks thing, man, and they're up his butt, and they're not going to get out of there anytime soon. So this is the tough problem here, is that the powers that be are basically using the power they have, to pretty much finish him off. And that's what it looks like. So I'll give you those links, and you can read about that some more. Maybe you'll retain more of it than I did. And probably there's some ways that you can help out, like get the word out, like you don't kill a guy just because he put your emails on the internet. I mean, that's a screwed up thing to do, I don't know what kind of a person does that. I guess the Illuminati, So, yeah, that's it. I just want to give you a heads up. It's not looking too good. But let's not forget about Julian Assange, because if it wasn't for him, all of us wouldn't be woke. You know what I mean? So check out the links and, get the word out. And that's it. Yeah.